Fuck, fuck, mother, fuck, mother, fuck, fuck.
Where all this new stuff coming from? Whose hair is this? I fear change.
The fuck? What the fuck? Doom on film.
Yo, what's up, man?
Today we're here to talk about Bustin Loose. Poverty is hilarious.
I'll get you for that stupid. Get him out of my
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
And now, a brief informative tonal shift brought to you by DOOMonFILM. Debbie Lou Chow and Linda. OG carrying y'all hashtag garbage.
Strip to poker.
What?
FBI, open up! You on your own, JoJo.
I'm telling you, it's the biggest scoop of the 1980s so far. Predatory Pryor plays pedophilic poker.
Vivian, get serious.
Bitch gonna have to say it.
I think that means this is just part one.
Bustin Loose is the new Richard Pryor comedy, but it's a different kind of Pryor than we've seen recently. He's less foul-mouthed and a whole lot friendlier. Bustin Loose is, I guess, his idea of a family movie. He likes to take things that don't belong to him, like TV sets. He's wonderful. Pryor is arrested and brought before the judge, shades of stir-crazy. He manages to get a reduced sentence that requires him to take a busload of problem children cross-country from Philadelphia to the state of Washington. And in this scene, one of the kids badgers Pryor to make a rest stop. Pryor is more calm in this film than in many of his others, more lovable and friendly, less wild and manic. That isn't the way, though. I like Richard Pryor.
The plot was totally predictable. Cecily Tyson was wasted. She has no dimension or no comic dimension. Certainly, there's a blind kid and a pyromaniac and a nymphomaniac and so forth. Yet at the same time, Richard Pryor has such a persona on the screen, I find him fascinating.
I really think he's one of the great shapes in the movies, and I think in the history of film, he's going to go down as one of the great comic
He hasn't
talents.
made a fictional motion picture that's up to his talent.
Probably not.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're waiting for that anyway.
All right.
Bustin Loose starred Richard Pryor in the story of a bus driver on probation saddled with 8 untamed kids. And although we both had some reservations about the very predictable storyline, we recommend it too.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Big Black Guy Reviews. I'm a big black guy, and, well, I guess more appropriately, welcome to part 2 of Big Black Guy Reviews, Bustin Loose.
Richard Pryor is Joe Braxton. He's mad.
You know what? Let's not even waste any more time and just jump straight into it. Here we go with part 2 of my Bustin Loose review, featuring the one and only Chief and the Doomsday device, aka Doom on Film.
Welcome back to part 2 of an epic review for a mildly successful, underappreciated Richard Pryor classic.
So after escaping the surprisingly generous clutches of the Ku Klux Klan, the kids seem to be warming up to Braxton, helping them out.
So, it's been brought to my attention that a lot of people out there think that I, ChiefDOOMsday, am a character that Big Black Guy Reviews created for his YouTube channel. So allow me to clarify. This is me, ChiefDOOMsday. A completely different black guy.
A totally different black guy.
Seriously. Y'all need to chill with the racism.
That's racist!
We don't even live on the same street.
All black people don't look alike.
A
sake, stop it!
So after escaping the surprisingly generous clutches of the Ku Klux Klan, the kids seem to be warming up to Braxton, helping him out as they continue on their road trip until eventually they come across...
Hey, look at that! Fishy!
And now, a brief informative tonal shift brought to you by DOOMonFILM.
There's another dramatic principle, or perhaps it's more of an adage if you really look at it. But it's the idea that comedy works in threes.
What the hell's wrong with you? Take you where?
You promised to take me fishing. I've never been fishing in my life. Joe's gonna take me. Hey, Joe, you promised to take me fishing.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I wish you'd stop lying, man. Okay, I'm gonna take you fishing.
Really?
Yeah, we're going fishing.
Hey!
It really is interesting stuff. Take a look and see what dramatic principles are out there. Maybe you'll find one that you like. And then come back and revisit Bustin Loose, and who knows, maybe you'll find it used within the film. Back to you.
This has been a brief informative tonal shift brought to you by DOOMonFILM.
So I guess now that the Stockholm Syndrome has taken place, Braxton is all about Julio's bullshit as he finally takes him fishing in a moment that, it's kind of cute. I really don't want to ruin it, so let's move on to the next thing. And so our ragtag group finds themselves making another pit stop where Braxton once again has to fix the bus. I swear, almost a quarter of this movie is just them making a pit stop and this nigga having to fix the bus.
Look, see, the hood's down. And that one, too. It's got to be like this. This is, in fact, even prettier than that one.
I don't want to put it down if I'm fixing the spark plugs. Why don't you take
put it down.
I don't want to take a hike.
I don't think he likes your picture. Or you.
And now we get to learn a little bit more about Annie.
Joe?
What do you want now?
Please, for the love of God, don't go there.
Whatever you want.
Actually, you know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's hear him out.
Joe don't want nothing, okay?
Oh, thank goodness. Never mind.
In all seriousness, this scene though is a good example of how Joe is able to help the kids, even though he really doesn't want to be a social worker at all. And not only does he not want to be a social worker, but he's not equipped to be one. He really talks bluntly to the kids and says a lot of stuff that you probably shouldn't say to a kid that's going through trauma, but ultimately because he's being real with the kids, it works out. And this scene really illustrates that.
You could take me to your room and...
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Don't you like me?
Yeah, I like you, but it don't mean I want to go to bed with you because I like you.
But most men always...
I don't care about most men. I'm not most men. You can like people, you don't have to make love to them.
But every other time, when I ask somebody...
Well, they're wrong.
But...
It's wrong. I'm not going to tell nobody. Just don't do it no more. You're a kid, man. Do something with your life. Feel it. You're an artist. Just do some art or something.
And now, a brief informative tonal shift brought to you by DOOMonFILM.
In Latin America, Ireland, Australia, and other countries around the world, we still see the Oliver Twist model, where children are exploited for the benefit of financial gain, usually due to vested interest and underhand dealings between these institutions and government factions. As a result, many of these institutions meant to save children become grossly overcrowded and underfunded, which often leads to situations of neglect, not to mention physical and sexual abuse, which is obviously a detriment to any and all children who find themselves trapped in these situations. The behavioral problems that stem from these situations are well documented. Studies show that the structure of these institutions often create angry and anxious adults, with the strict routines that the children face usually leading towards a penchant for accepting institutionalization rather than establishing a lifestyle and set of routines independently. Research has also shown that those who age out of the system can find themselves 10 times more likely to be involved in sex trafficking, 40 times more likely to develop a criminal record, and 500 times more likely to commit suicide. A cycle has also been discovered that adults previously involved in the orphanage system are more likely to eventually involve their children in that same system.
This is Bam, a brief informative tonal shift, brought to you by DOOMonFILM.
Later that evening,
I'm good.
I wanted you to know how much I appreciate what you did this afternoon with Annie. I really do.
Oh, hey. You know, I was
Listen, it could have gone either way.
I know, but I acted like an ass.
You handled it beautifully. The kids love you, and you're doing a terrific job. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Can't you? I've got to get this paper.
but hark, whoever doth that be, rapping at my door. Could it be one of the children in trouble? Could it be Dakota has to go pee? And so we have Braxton desperately trying to shed light on this classic misunderstanding.
Listen! Okay? Look, Braxton, you are hanging on by a thread!
I don't take shit from nobody. I'm Mrs. Braxton's favorite son. Joe, baby. Joe motherfucking Braxton. Try me one time, you understand? Get me working on the mother... Bitch gonna have to say it.
And so to address a quick elephant in the room, if you couldn't help but notice Braxton stumbling a little bit, I'm under the impression that this was around the time that, during the reshoots, that Richard was drinking heavily, trying to cope with his issues, and allegedly there was an incident between Cecily and Richard where they kind of butted heads, and Cecily went ahead and called her at the time husband, Miles Davis, who then called Richard and gave him a little chat like, hey man, that's my woman. Be cool. Click. It would really be interesting. Like, all I can do is just imagine how that went.
Hey Richie, I'm just gonna tell you like this. You keep upsetting my woman, I'ma come down there and I'ma jam my trumpet up your ass. And then your movie's gonna be busting loose for real. Sure thing, Mr. Davis. Hello? Playing with me, motherfucker.
Hello? Well, you know, I don't take shit from nobody. I'm Mrs. Braxton's favorite son, Joe, baby. Joe motherfucking Braxton. Try me one time, you understand? Getting me working on the motherfucker. Bitch, you gonna have to be saved.
Oh man, to be a fly on the wall when that conversation was happening. Or fly on the phone, or in the phone. To be a wiretap on that phone when that conversation happened. Meanwhile, even later that evening...
I'm sorry, please. Get dressed quickly. The children are already on the bus. We're leaving now. Please hurry. Put your clothes on quickly.
Miss Perry?
And so now, the chase is on, with Joe, Vivian, and the kids hauling ass with Donald hot on their trail.
You can take him. Come on, Joe. He's coming.
I want you and these brats and Braxton to get back on that bus, turn this thing around, and let's go. Come on.
I am not
I don't want to hear
back.
it. I've told you.
So, whoa, hold up. Do you see the way this man is taking off his coat right now? Like, is he getting ready to throw hands at Vivian? Man, fuck this guy. So with Braxton hanging on for dear life, a new hot pursuit is in tow as Vivian and Donald are trying to figure out who the hell could possibly be driving this bus. Want to take a guess?
Harold, which one is Harold?
I ain't going back to lunch. I ain't going.
You should probably do just to better be safe than sorry. I got my license. Really? Wait a minute. I don't.
What? Why'd y'all cut back to me? I'm not gonna roll credits on that. Anybody could have survived that. Fine. And so here we get somewhat of a touching moment as Harold, the blind one, is really having a nervous breakdown, and the children are pleading with Donald to please just leave them be. They're not happy where they were.
We don't want to go back. They'll send us to college. All the teachers there are mean and everything, and no one likes us. Please, sir, don't let them take me back to that place.
And so with that, Vivian and Braxton try to push forward with what they feel is the right thing to do, even in the face of an abuse of power.
All right, children. Get on the bus.
No, Vivian. Don't make me do this. No, Braxton.
Put your foot down. Put your foot down. There we go. No, do not pick the other one up. No, not put them both down at the same. Okay, now you're just walking. Stop walking. Now. Do not get in that car. Freeze. Your butt better not hit that seat. Don't you dare. Damn it.
So now that Donald is hot on their trail once again, Anthony approaches Braxton with a really nice Kansas City shuffle.
Where you want with it, man?
And now, a brief informative tonal shift, brought to you by DOOMonFILM.
Wait, I know that voice. Ha-ha! John Bailey. What the hell are you doing here?
Working. Duh.
Wait, how long have you been here? So, are you gonna be here for a while?
Meh.
You gonna pay rent?
Probably not.
Can I use your mic while you're here?
Mm-mm.
Do you wanna hang out sometime, or?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No.
Come on, John, at least leave the wall padding when you bounce.
We'll see. Okay, go.
Hey, don't shoot me away, man. I got questions.
Bye now. Okay.
Where's my clothes? Motherfucker. Huh.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Shall I proceed with my segment?
Hang on a second. Okay, Google. Is it possible to gentrify a closet?
Here's another example. Let's see if you caught this one.
Back in the back. Serious. Keep your money, chump. Yeah.
Damn thief.
Convict.
So for anybody familiar with the film, you know what's coming next. Let's go on ahead and play the tape.
Where you want with it, man?
I think I'm about to steal.
Wait, look, listen. I took your wallet and I put it in Donald's pocket. Now I got his wallet and I'm giving it to you, man.
Jesus Christ, we got a live one. You can't explain. Says he's a parole officer. They call him, have him check out a Joe Braxton. 4 or 5.
this guy.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Once you know what you're looking for, it's not so hard to find the principle employed within the writing.
This has been a brief informative tonal shift brought to you by DOOMonFILM.
And so, after once again having to narrowly escape the clutches of an unnecessary obstacle, the gang finally make it to Vivian's family farm in Washington. Here we get a nice little montage of them just sort of exploring the farm and, you know, messing around with the livestock, having a good old time and bonding together, and, you know, figuring out what their limits are with what they'll put up with.
Hell to the no. To the no, 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 no. Hell no, no.
And so here we get a nice little intimate moment between Joe and Anthony as Anthony finally opens up about what's been eating at him and pretty much kickstarting his pyromania. And Joe does his best to try and help him through it.
And I was playing with the Max, and they caught. I tried to wake up my parents, but they wouldn't wake up. And then the fire started spreading. Oh, Joe. I didn't mean it.
It was an accident. You understand? An accident. Nobody needs to do stuff like that. But you gotta throw it away now. You gotta leave it in the past. It's gone. I love you, Anthony.
Kiss him, you fool. No, wait, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. Fuck. Dude, my roof. Oh my God. It was a shitty joke. And so after finally being able to get a day of actual breathing room, Joe and Vivian finally get a little bit more intimate alone time.
Hi. You've been walking.
Did I not before?
It's for you.
And if there actually was friction behind the scenes, I give Richard and Cecily credit for having enough chemistry on screen to really sell this relationship building. I mean, granted, this is only like, what, 2 weeks? Or, no, Braxton had 15 days to get back, so yeah, this is all over the course of a week. They're selling it. Fuck it. So our ragtag group of misfits ride into town and stop at the bank where Vivian comes face to face with an unfortunate dose of reality.
What is Miss Perry doing? She's robbing the bank and I'm gonna drive the getaway car.
Paul was with me once.
Perhaps your bank in Philadelphia could be more helpful, Miss Perry.
Good day, Mr. Schuyler, and thank you for nothing.
But miss, I'm sure if you'll just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you'll be perfectly fine.
Hey, look at that car!
Your bootstraps, miss.
I don't know, but it's bad. Honey, you forgot your lunch.
Oh, thank heaven you arrived, honey. That Negro song has made me feel bad for not helping her and the children.
What's wrong with Miss Perry?
Your bootstraps, miss.
Get in.
Your bootstrap. And so we cut to Ernesto spying in as Braxton tries desperately to figure out what's eating at Vivian.
I needed $15,000 to pay taxes and mortgages. They're gonna sell the place. I lost the dream, John.
Talk about it. What are we, losers? I ain't no goddamn loser.
And I gotta admit, even as a kid, I really appreciated the level of intensity that Richard brings to this moment, bouncing off of Cecily's expert timing and style. Just, you know, it felt real. This felt like a genuine moment to me. It still does.
Well, do you have it?
I don't have shit but me, but I ain't no loser. Don't you tell me I am. And they ain't losers either. I drove that goddamn bus all the way from Philly. So don't tell me I'm a loser. I did something once in my life. I'm somebody, and you ain't gonna take that away from me.
It's on.
And I'd have to double check the chronology, but I wouldn't be surprised if this film kind of helped push Richard into the direction of doing JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, you know, based on the accident that he had during the production of this film. and the release date. I think JoJo Dancer was probably the next film. So, you know, props to Cecily Tyson for helping Richard Pryor find that true depth in acting.
And so Braxton arrives to try and rally the kids and bring their spirits up in what's truly one of the most heartwarming and honest and just touching moments in cinematic history.
Shut up!
Go take a hot...
Shut up! Damn! You got knocked the fuck out, man! Give me my goddamn money!
Hey y'all, anybody out there getting tired of this running gag? Damn, he smacked the fuck out of that kid. Like, I'm pretty sure he's dead. It's the deadest kid I ever seen. If there is some way I could get a hold of any of the children, grown up now of course, who were in this film, if I could get an interview with you, I would just, I have so many questions. I would love to know, one including, did he actually smack the shit out of Ernesto? Like, that looks so real and convincing. Like, if not, then give that kid the Bitch Smack Award of the Year, because, wow. I still buy this. I still buy this shit out of that slap. Like, wow.
Oh. You guys are somebody, man. We're not losers! Hey.
What?
We're not losers.
But you know what? A little rough around the edges, you know. Braxton grew up in the streets. Only love he knows is tough love, but at least he's trying to show these kids some love. And, you know, he's rallying them together. They're going to come up with a plan, and they're going to fix this, and they're going to... Oh, well, never mind.
I don't take shit from nobody. I'm Mrs. Braxton's favorite son. Joe, baby. Joe motherfucking Braxton. Try me one time, you understand? Get me working on the motherfucking...
Pierre said, I don't care.
So Braxton does what pretty much anybody in a situation where they're not sure what else to do tend to do, and tries to drink his problems away until he comes up to the bank and has a bright idea.
Do you want to throw that rock at the bank?
Yes! Oh
And so here's where we start getting into our third act finale, in a segment I like to call, But I've Got a Better Idea.
Dare to be rich. The trapezoid approach to personal economic security. This sounds very familiar.
And so Braxton, sniffing out familiar territory, finds himself in the grifting hands of Dr. Wilson T. Renfro, played by George Coe.
In what way does your trapezoid differ from the pyramid schemes that we've been reading about in the papers? I'm glad you have.
I'm not going to pretend like I know who he is, but I actually like his performance in this movie.
Now, the pyramid is based on the triangle, which has 3 sides. But the trapezoid has 4 sides, which guarantees geometrically and mathematically...
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
And so Braxton decides this is the best time for him to step in and take his claim.
I have a gentleman in the back row.
I have a few questions about that trapezoid. Now, you say if I give you $1,000, by this afternoon my money will double, maybe even triple?
Triple?
My God, my wife and I this morning said a prayer. God, I was hoping something like this. Hey, I mean, this is on the up and up.
That's right.
Then you won't mind if I collect the money. I mean, I'm one of these people. You people don't mind, do you?
Come on now.
I wonder what happened to all those other timelines.
I'm one of these people. You people don't mind, do you?
Move this man!
Oh my God!
The South shall rise again, sir.
There are other timelines?
Like, you can't pretend like people wouldn't be like stepping over each other like, no, I'm one of these people. I should give me the money right now. I want the money right now. He gets to do it. No, you get your black ass.
Well, hell. My. Look at that.
So while Braxton is uncovering the truth behind this insidious, stupid pyramid scheme. Oh, no, sorry. The trapezoid. Vivian is back at the family farm with her gut instinct telling her that it's time to go track down Braxton.
But I want to run into town and see you. So I can find out what's going on.
So the crooks eventually catch on to Braxton, as his overzealous desperation to help the children kind of caused him to play his hand a little too soon.
Having fun, Turkey?
Oh, yeah, well. Dare to be rich.
Dare to haul ass when we get you outside, brother.
We cut back to the kids on the farm.
Wait, is it the car we saw at the bank?
So again, there's 3 writers on this film, with the last one pretty much being brought in for rewrites. So out of these 3, tell me which one you think wrote this moment.
Yeah, let's trash it. No, let's steal it.
Wait, I've got a better idea.
What?
No, this guy. Definitely, obviously, this fucking guy right here. And again, this movie pretty much came out totally different than what Richard originally wanted, and it makes me wonder how this scene was originally supposed to play out.
Let's trash it. No, let's steal it.
Wait, I've got a better idea.
Let's burn this mother down!
Before this guy was brought in for his rewrites. I'm onto you. And fortunately, Vivian manages to track down Braxton.
Cause easy come, easy go now. Round and round she goes, and where she stops, nobody knows. I'm telling you, Miss.
Now let's be fair. This is a small town. A small town that Vivian grew up in. I'm not ruling out the possibility she just drove around for a little bit, just happened upon the trapezoid sign, and thought to herself, oh, this nigga's scheming. And Braxton does his best to try and play off the moment while trying to sneak Vivian the money for the kids.
The best about this outfit, I'm trying to make us some money. Yes, ma'am, $300, that's all you got? Here's $15,000 for the kids. Take it home. Listen to me, ladies. Don't ask me nothing.
Did you say something?
Pentagon, better than trapezoid. Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, just keep calm. Everybody.
And so, the chase is on.
I warn you, sir, I'm trained in Kung Fu.
Like, what style is this, even? I'm trained in Kung Fu. This is the art of wax on, wax off. You want me to wax you off? Please don't hurt me. This style is called I Give Up. This style is known as
However, I wish you luck!
Like, who is this guy? I like his white swagger. Braxton and Vivian managed to break away and sneak into a warehouse full of wacky shenanigans waiting to happen. Probably. And here's where we get a lot of the fun kind of, Scooby-Doo style shenanigans of trying to hide and, in disguise and, basically pulling goofy little tricks trying to fool the villain into, where was I going with that? I'm tired and life is tough sometimes, y'all.
I had to think fast.
All right, wise guy. Where's the money?
Well, it looks like the jig is up for Braxton, but it's in moments like this we need a hero to rise.
All right. Ah! I'll fix this young lady's wagon.
Wait a minute! Are you gonna hit me with a plunger? Are you crazy?
Kill him.
Yeah. Throwing him into a raft. That'll kill him.
He's already dead.
Hey, young man. You got knocked the fuck out.
So Vivian quickly jumps into action, doing the only thing she can think of that can guarantee Joe's safety, if at all possible.
Tell Samantha Dakota can go pee now.
You can't really hear it that well, but once you do, it's like, aw. You know, he could have died then, but his last thoughts were the children. Growth. Character growth. Lucky for Joe and Viv, there happens to be a super industrial sized fan in there, which Braxton can use to blow everybody away. Say hello to my not so little fan, you fucking cockroaches. After narrowly escaping the warehouse, Joe and Viv are desperately trying to book it out of there back to the farm to get to the kids.
Come on, they're coming! Get up, they're coming!
Now that they've gotten away from the life-threatening situation, they can fight with each other.
He would have killed you for $50,000!
That ain't nothing but a meatball!
You
Damn
see,
it,
it's
I'm
worth
trying to
all
help!
your life! Joe's worth more to me than $15,000, you fool!
And now that the danger's gone, now they're just arguing on, their love's just so strong. Oh, I'm not alone. Let's go. All right, stop. No, I can't hit those notes. I officially got to the notes I cannot hit.
Ain't nobody ever told me I was worth more $15,000. My dad used to say, boy, you ain't worth a quarter, do you?
Now that the arguing's done, now they can get it on. But then they realize something is amiss as they recognize the mysterious vehicle parked in the driveway. They immediately go to investigate.
White man!
So, but of course it's the bank owners with the children, as they've gone ahead and pulled a little bit of a grift of their own.
Well, these children have told us about all the wonderful things that you did.
Sitting up all night for a week with little Lynn.
Helping Harold learn Italian and French.
Molto grazie.
Just mild exaggeration.
You know, these are really wonderful children. They deserve every chance they can get.
And so what would seem like a blessing in timing is suddenly rudely interrupted by what I can only call Don the Party Pooper. Yeah, no, of course he's back to swing his jurisdiction around.
What's going on here? You heard me. I'm taking these people back to Philadelphia. I'm in charge.
The wrong dick of the law looking ass nigga.
Do you have a warrant for my arrest?
Well?
Burn!
No.
I'm not going back.
Stay.
And who the hell are you? That's Mr. Scaler, our town mayor.
Double burn!
Do you feel in charge?
All right, I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna get a warrant for his arrest.
Oh,
for
wait
her
a
arrest.
minute, Fran. Before you get off the phone, all these children will be registered in the state. And I'm having the farm transferred back to Mrs. Perry in her name.
Combo breaker.
This man is still under my jurisdiction.
Fuck this guy.
Donald, take it easy, man. I'll go back with you.
No.
And so, in a show of reform, Braxton decides to just end the drama as soon as possible and honor his sentence.
We have a reason for you to stay.
And in a last-ditch effort to try and keep Braxton there, the kids decide to read their heartfelt letter to him, which includes, but is not limited to, them claiming that he is no longer on probation and free to do whatever he wants.
We wish that when we grow up, we will find people just like you. From this day on, you are off parole and nobody can stop you no more.
It's actually kind of touching.
I did something wrong, Made a deal with the government. Stay on parole. It's my parole officer.
Ironically, it's Braxton's troubled youth and criminal past that makes him capable when it matters most as a mentor and caretaker for the children, despite his apprehension to connect with them in any way, shape, or form.
All right, Braxton, let's go. I'll give you a minute to say goodbye.
And so, with an apparently petty Donald insisting on following through on his threat with Braxton, Joe says his final goodbyes to the children and Vivian. And again, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, it's only been about a week. This tends to be the Hollywood cliche of, falling in love in a very short amount of time. But to Richard and Cecily's credit, I buy it, Their chemistry on screen felt genuine enough that I would buy that after everything they've been through, Especially like him being taken away by her shitty ex. She's just, you know what? Nah, bro, you the good one. Yeah, the criminal. I choose crime. I choose crime.
I ain't gonna lose it. I'm a tough Puerto Rican.
Hey, man, after taking a hit like that, I believe you.
Bustin Loose was almost certainly 100% built around Richard Pryor and his comedy, but when you add somebody like Cecily, Tyson in the mix, it just automatically raises everybody else's game up to a different level.
Joe's gonna take me.
And so that's the very somber but somewhat realistic ending to Richard Pryor's Bustin Loose. Joe Braxton went through the scenes, but at least now he knows once he's out he has a cameo. And I'm just fucking with you. Let's get to the real ending.
What happened?
Get out. Go on back home.
This guy.
And I think I found some behind the scenes footage from the writing room on making the decision for this particular scene.
I say we stop him! Yeah! Then we tattoo him! Yeah! Then we hang him! Yeah! And then we kill him! Yeah! I say we let him go!
All jokes and hating aside, I actually thoroughly enjoyed Robert Christian's portrayal of Donald Kinsley. He really kind of nailed that douchebaggery.
I wasn't really familiar with Robert Christian going into Bustin Loose, back in the day or even now. He did do a good job in his role as a dual antagonist, The way that he did the by the book, I am the law thing juxtaposed well against Braxton, who's a reckless hustler and somebody who's always out there looking for an opportunity.
I know it feels so sudden that he changes his mind, but you know, I give the moment the benefit of the doubt that, you know, especially like Braxton agreeing to go quietly was really just kind of like the defining moment for Donald of just, you know what, maybe I am being the asshole here. You know, like maybe I am being the asshole here. Maybe I'm just being stubborn because I've, you know, out of my own personal fear, I chased them down and didn't feel like I wanted to waste my time and felt like I just needed to win something. And, you know, it happens. But, you know, what I appreciate is that in this moment, he got over it.
And then, you know, in some ways, that same sort of by the book, rigid approach, I said rigid. Yes! Rigid approach bleeds into his relationship with Miss Perry. And it makes him a romantic antagonist as well, and ultimately a roadblock to the welfare of the children that he should be helping. You know, being a citizen of the state, you would think that the welfare of the children would be just as important to him as it is to Miss Perry. Yeah. So that works well.
I mean, he got left hanging on that handshake, but, you know, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, you know, fuck this guy. So I'm just saying, he's not totally irredeemable is what I appreciate about how he was written and acted, you know. Yeah, I don't know, like, it might feel like out of nowhere, but when you really think about it, not that far off.
You know, he did have a pretty illustrious career. You know, he started out as a child actor in a couple of iconic American shows and kept that career going as an adult. Passed away due to AIDS-based complications with a mixture of cancer in 1983. So, yeah, you know, it seemed he was right on the verge of success going into that middle-aged period of his life. So, rest in peace to him, as well as rest in peace to Cecily Tyson, who was the reason that we started this whole project here that we've been working on. And, of course, Mr. Pryor himself.
And that leaves us with a somewhat semi-plausible Hollywood ending. Braxton can start his life anew and from where he was aim towards a better place, a better him, a better tomorrow, a better chance for him, the kids, and love. Her name is Vivian.
Bustin Loose does a great job of mixing famous film characterizations and categories of orphans, and as a result, we get a very true-to-life representation of the range of problems and backgrounds the social workers face when attempting to offer aid, assistance, and education. It never really dives deep into the backgrounds that led to the situation Miss Perry and the kids find themselves in, but Bustin Loose does seem to show a ton of genuine respect for those who find themselves involved in all sides of the process in real life. We are given nuanced versions of troubled young adults rather than cookie-cutter, one-note child placeholders, and as a result, the interactions with Miss Perry and Joe Braxton feel more rewarding, and the presentation of what is normally a damaged system is shown in a more hopeful and positive light.
And so there you have it. Richard Pryor, well, technically Universal Studios Richard Pryor's Bustin Loose. An amalgamation of his original vision with their version of trying to get as close to what people's expectations of Richard Pryor were. And we ended up with this actually somewhat beautiful clusterfuck, you know? Like, all things considered, it could have been a lot worse off, but it does make me wonder. Like, I really wish I could get a copy of that original version before the studio came in and did the rewrites and the reshoots and yada yada, you know, but also especially I would really love to get a hold of any of the available child actors who were in this film. As far as I can find on, you know, like Google, it looks like Alfonso Alexander, Tammy Luchow, Jimmy Hughes, you know, Edwin Kinter, Janet Wong, Angel Ramirez. If any of y'all just happen to see this review and would be interested in doing an interview, I would absolutely love to just get inside your head back in the 1980, 78 it probably started, to just to get inside your head and just what was it like on that set? What was it like coming back for the reshoots? You know, what was that whole experience like? I have so many questions, including that slap. How real was that slap, Edward?
Go take a hot.
Shut up! Damn! You got knocked the fuck out, man! Give me my goddamn money.
Woo! And so there we go. That is the conclusion of part 2 of the Bustin Loose review, brought to you by Big Black Guy Reviews and Chief in the Doomsday Device, aka Doom on Film. Any last words, my friend, before I kill you? I mean, before we end this review.
Hey, I just want to thank Big Black Guy Reviews for having me on the channel again.
I'm not plotting against you.
It's been an honor doing this collab with you. Looking forward to future collabs, your channel, my channel, elsewhere. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you all so much for coming out and checking this out, especially if you actually came here from part 1. Like, hey, more power to you. Like, what'd you think of this? What'd you think of this? Was this a thrilling conclusion? Was this a big letdown like most sequels are? Or what? Like, holler at me. Leave some comments. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know when the fuck y'all coming through. Let me know when y'all going down. Let me know when it's heading out. Let me know when it's shooting up. Let me know when I need to stop. I don't know what I'm about to drop. I just know that I keep it hot. I just knock that mic drop. Mic drop. Okay, I'm done. Night, y'all.
This is Chief Doomsday from Doom on Film signing off. Catch me at chiefinthedoomsdaydevice.com, doomonfilm.tumblr.com, or catch me at DoomTubeATX right here on YouTube. Looking forward to providing y'all with some more content in the future. Peace.
But wait! There's more!
So while Braxton is uncovering the truth behind this stupid spearmint gum, taste the Egyptian desert. I don't know.
Wait, I've got a better idea.